So if you know anything about Donald Trump, you know that he loves the troops, man. He's going to take care of the troops. In fact, he promised during the election, I'm going to take care of you guys. I'm going to take care of you guys. That is, unless he's fighting with them over a ridiculous movie. Now, the Daily Beast had a fascinating write-up of a time before Omarosa was enemy number 2 of the White House. Enemy number 1, of course, is Robert Mueller. Now, it started with veterans groups being angry about Manigault, Newman, being put in charge of veterans issues for the White House. Again, all these promises during the election of being able to take care of the veterans and all the problems facing vets today, especially with the VA and all that stuff. So Donald Trump's like, I don't know, Omarosa, go do that. But Omarosa doesn't know anything about the military. She's not a member of the military. She's not a veteran. Why would you put her in charge? It's because she got some backlash, or it's because the president was being criticized. And after Manigault Newman got put in charge, they also got criticized. So like, oh my God, okay, we gotta do something. We gotta figure something out. Here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna meet with the veterans, right? So Trump, accompanied by Manigault Newman, decided to meet with principals from various vets organizations in the Roosevelt Room in March 17th of 2017. Now, new details of that meeting that were not previously released have been released by the Daily Beast, and it is awesome. Now, the meeting, they write, included President Trump and the envoys of nearly a dozen major vets groups, including the American Legion, Vietnam Veterans of America, American Veterans, Veterans of Foreign Wars, and the right-leaning Concerned Veterans for America, as well as senior staffers such as Stephen Miller, Kellyanne Conway, Sean Spicer, and Manigault Newman surrounding the large table. So it's basically a round table, okay? Now, that's not a bad thing. In fact, I think things like this are actually really smart. Do round tables, listen to people, address their concerns. That's what a good president will do. But as you're going to see, this devolves very, very quickly. Now, first, they write that the president began going around the room asking different representatives what they are working on and how his administration can help, having made veterans issues a cornerstone of his 2016 campaign rhetoric. Again, if it stayed that way, this would have been absolutely fine. This would have been great. But of course, this is Donald Trump, so things are about to get weird. In fact, one attendee told the Daily Beast that, quote, it was really fucking weird. So, anyway, what he did is that he went around the table and eventually got to Rick Weidman. Now, Rick Weidman is the co-founder of Vietnam Veterans of America. Now, he was one of the Vietnam vets in the room that day, having served a tour of duty in 1969 as a combat medic. Now, look, you guys know Donald Trump has a bit of a checkered history when it comes to Vietnam. He did, after all, earn the nickname Captain Bone Spurs. You know, for not actually going to Vietnam. Oh, no, I've got bone spurs in my feet. Which one? Which foot has the bone spur? I don't know. Maybe both of them. I forgot. And then, of course, his daddy came in, got him deferments for school, etc., etc. So he didn't go. Now, he got himself into more trouble as well when he said, he basically said, oh yeah, I sleep with so many women that, I got to watch out for STDs. And that was my personal Vietnam. Oh, wonderful. So, great history on that. Now, back to the meeting. According to two sources in the room who requested anonymity, this is when things went decidedly off the rails. Quote, during an exercise of the meeting, Weidman brought up the issue of Agent Orange, an extremely notorious component of the U.S. herbicidal warfare on Vietnam. Weidman was imploring the president and his team to permit access to benefits for a broader number of vets who said they were poisoned by Agent Orange. This is actually a very important issue. It concerns veterans' health care. All right. Now, how did Donald Trump respond? Quote, that's taken care of. What do you mean that's taken care of? What has the administration actually done? Like, What have you done to help veterans who say that they've been poisoned by Agent Orange? By our own, like, again, that's by our own military members dropping that on our troops on Vietnam and them getting exposed to it. What have you actually done? Well, nothing. As the attendees began explaining to the president that the VA has not made nearly enough progress in the issue or any progress at all. To which Trump responded by abruptly derailing the meeting and asking the attendees if Agent Orange was, quote, that stuff from that movie. And here we go. Now, the Daily Beast notes that he did not initially name the film that he was referencing, but it quickly became clear as Trump kept rambling that he was referring to the classic 1979 Francis Ford Coppola epic, Apocalypse Now. And specifically, the famous helicopter attack scene set to Ride of the Valkyries. Oh my God. What a child. Source present at the time tells the Daily Beast that multiple people, including Vietnam War veterans, chimed in to inform the president that the Apocalypse Now set piece he was talking about showcased the U.S. military using napalm, not Agent Orange. Now, look, that's not a thing that you can easily confuse. Napalm is basically liquid fire. Not the same as Agent Orange. Agent Orange, as I said before, is an herbicide. So basically, he was trying to remove the jungle cover that the Viet Cong used to conceal themselves during the war so that our troops could actually find them better. Because they were actually really good at being able to hide and do ambush attacks on our soldiers. Now, nonetheless, Donald Trump, when confronted with these facts, do you think he said, yeah, you know what, you guys, you're right. I was wrong. It's not actually, you're right, napalm. That's what it has nothing to do with the movie Apocalypse Now. No. Donald Trump says, you're wrong. Quote, Trump refused to accept that he was mistaken and proceeded to say things like, no, I think it's that stuff from that movie. One clue belying the president's insistence is that the famous Robert Duvall line from the scene in Apocalypse Now that said, quote, I love the smell of napalm in the morning. Right? That's what he said. Not, I love the smell of Agent Orange in the morning. Completely different. Even I know that quote. Now, the insanity, of course, continues. Listen to this. He then went around the room polling attendees about if it was, in fact, napalm or Agent Orange in the famous scene from that movie, as the gathering, organized to focus on important, sometimes life or death issues for veterans, descended into a pointless debate over Apocalypse Now that the president simply would not concede despite all available evidence. That right there, I think, is the essence of Donald Trump. People arguing with facts, saying, no, Mr. President, with all due respect, you're simply incorrect. And him saying, no, I am not wrong. I am totally right. It is that. It's the same thing. It's the Agent Orange and not napalm. So what happened? Finally, Trump made eye contact again with Weidman and asked him if it was napalm or Agent Orange. Finally, we're getting to the meat of the issue here, right? Or actually not. But we're getting to a final resolution on this. Now, the VVA co-founder assured Trump, as did several before him, that it was in fact napalm, and said that he didn't like the Coppola film and believed it to be a disservice to Vietnam War veterans. Well, according to two people in attendance, Trump, after getting that answer, still did not accept it. He then flippantly replied to the Vietnam vet, well, I think you just didn't like the movie, before finally moving on. He just said that he didn't like the movie. He told Trump, I don't like that movie. I think it's a disservice. And then Trump says, I just think you didn't like the movie. Not saying that Yes, okay, I got it wrong. Okay, I believe you now. I was mistaken. He can't even say that. He can't say it at all. The words "I was wrong," he is incapable of saying, even though it's blatantly obvious that he is absolutely wrong. That's amazing. Holy shit. Oh my god, can you imagine this guy in diplomacy? Oh Jesus. Oh my god. Oh, we have a child. There's more. The debate over Apocalypse Now in the Roosevelt Room lasted at least 2 minutes, according to estimates from those who endured it. And as a result, because they sat there and argued about this movie, the president was not able to call on everyone at the round table, in part due to these tangents. Tangents! There was more than one. This happened more than once. Oh, for Christ's sakes, man. Reach for comment Wednesday. Weidman told the Daily Beast that he does, quote, hate that movie. And while he did not go into specifics of this part of the meeting, he did confirm that Trump, quote, said something where it was clear he was confused by Napalm and Agent Orange. Good Lord, man, not only is he dumb, but super, super stubborn. Again, it's just like, it's like the Sixth Sense in here, right? Except instead of being dead, you're just dumb and you don't know you're dumb. He doesn't know he's dumb. Or maybe he does and he's like, no, I refuse to concede that I'm an idiot. Somebody who doesn't accept facts, despite overwhelming evidence, should not have a position of power. And of course, if we ran by that metric, most of the Republican Party would not be in power. And yet, strangely enough, they are. But we live in a world where somebody like Jim Inhofe can bring a snowball into the Senate, into the chamber, and be like, climate change, not real. Snowball. Take that, libs. Checkmate. And he doesn't lose election. He wins re-election. Every time. Holy hell, man. These people, man. Idiot. Man-child. God Lord. When it comes to Trump, how can they work with this guy? How can he work with this guy? I don't understand. No matter what you show him, he's not going to budge. And I said before, interestingly enough, it goes back to what I'd been saying all along. He is the Fox News president. You know why I say that? Not only because he parrots Fox News talking points and he retweets Fox News hosts, but actually he is the perfect example of what somebody who is programmed like by Fox News actually does. Rejects all facts, all evidence outside of what he already believes. That's exactly what Fox News trains their audience to do. And so, look, what they are doing, Fox News, is obviously incredibly dangerous. And we're seeing the fruits of that. So to think that it won't backfire on Fox News one day, well, we'll see. We'll see. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent progressive media, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/TYTNation.